Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Sandeep Walia, Head of the Department, University Institute of Tourism and Hospitality Management, Chandigarh University. Today we are going to discuss the module Elements of Indian Art, Dance and Music under the paper Tourism Products. After completing this module, the students will be able to know what is dance in Indian culture. They will also come to know about difference between classical and folk dances of India. The students will also become to know about the various contributions of classical, folk and modern music. They will be able to decipher the relationship between culture, dance and music. Dear students, India is a diverse land and variety can be seen in its every field including culture. This diversity adds uniqueness to the culture of India. The diversity, variety, uniqueness can also be witnessed in the Indian culture. Culture is too wide a term and includes dress, dance, handicraft, architecture, music, art forms, etc. The variety in dance in India is displayed on the basis of region, religion and hence they are performed for religious as well as celebration purposes. Even the caves in which early man dwelt have paintings of these early men dancing and merrymaking. Then the Vedic period also testifies the hymns were chanted in a certain manner which had notes and later were enacted like a play. The Nata Sutras are a treatise related to the dance history of India and even writings of the sage Panani as early as 500 BC testifies these facts. The later Vedic text of Shilalin and Krishva were the first people who did in-depth studies of Natya, drama, Nritya, dance and Sangeet, that is music. The Sangeet talks of 7 suras in India and is all-encompassing and very comprehensive art. Let us now discuss about the dances of India. The two most vivid divisions that can be done of Indian dance is the classical dances and the folk dances. There are ample of differences and similarity between them. The classical dances have spiritual element in it. The folk dances have spiritual and religious element, but the celebration element makes it more popular. There are many forms of classical as well as Indian folk dances. Let us now discuss the classical dances first. Classical dance are a rich heritage of Indian tradition. There are approximately 8 main classical dances classified by Sangeet Natya Shastra Academy. The names of these dances are Bharatnatyam, Kathakali, Kathak, Manipuri, Kuchipudi, Odissi, Mohiniyattam and Satriya. Students, let us discuss all these dances in the detail. First one is the Bharatnatyam. It traces its origin from the state of Tamil Nadu, one of the metros of South India. It holds its roots to the Natya Shastra, a very old scripture on theatre authored by the mystical priest Bharata. Initially, it was performed in the temple courtyards for the god, performed by women to narrate the Hindu theology and its stories. It was not performed outside the periphery of the temple. The posture of bent legs segregated from the other dance forms and had multiple mudras in the form of hand gestures which helped to narrate the stories. Sari is darted acquires a belt-like structure dividing both the legs. The navel area is also covered with a belt. The shingar of the dancer is done with very special jewelry from Tamil Nadu made from gold. Flowers adorn the burn of the performers and is known as the Kajra. The second one is the Kathakali. It belongs to the ancient art form of Kerala in India. It is the religious origin. The Ramayana as a scripture and Shiva as a god inspired the performer in many ways. It used to be a man domain as female roles were also performed by the young boys. The makeup, costumes and headdresses and headgears were very ornate in this dance form. From the domains of the temple, it has now moved to the public spheres and now performed at local functions too. The costume is like a frock and a full blouse along with it. Headdress or a headgear is the most prominent ornamentation of a Kathakali dancer. The makeup sometimes takes a day and is paint like as expressions come out best through them. The jewelry is made of silver and gold both. The third one is the Kathak. It is a North Indian dance. It is a romantic dance form. Initially, it was for the divine but slowly came to the court and then to the commoners. Men and women both were used as performers. There are some very versatile, flexible, yet smooth movements. Mudras or head gestures are very important and are mixed with facial expressions. The footwork is the ultimate part of this dance form. The dancer wears an array of beads or ghungroos on her feet and then tries to replicate the instrument's voice which the accompanists are playing. It originates from the Kathavachaks or the storytellers who used a mixed form of storytelling along with music and dance to convey their stories. The costumes can be any one of the following: sari, ghagra, choli, churidar and frock. Men wear churidars too. Makeup is light but sharpnesses are used. Special kundan and pearl jewelry is used for the dance. The fourth dance is the Manipuri. It belongs to the state of Manipur in the northeast. Lord Krishna is the main subject or the theme. Lot of rituals and folk traditions are depicted. The rhythms, the scenes from Lord Krishna's life and the graceful movements add different dimensions to this dance. Lot of chanting is accompanied with this dance along with the core which sings with chorus. The male and female dresses are different. Dhoti, kurta is generally worn by the males. It is accompanied by shawl and a turban. Females have a skirt as a dress, but it is in a barrel shape from blouse, the made from velvet. Veils are used and cover the face. The fifth one is the Kuchipudi. Kuchipudi belongs to the state of Andhra Pradesh. The dancer is all alone on the stage, making it a solo performance. The dancer has to be well versed in dancing as well as singing. It is high on spiritual element. It copies the rituals of the puja like sprinkling water, burning the incense stick and reciting the name of the goddesses. Initially it was a male domain, but later females entered to do their parts. Sari is worn by the female artist with light makeup. Earlier, sari was draped, but now stitched versions are available. Men wear dhotis. The next dance form is the sixth one and is Odissi, one of the oldest art form in terms of classical dance. It is from the state of Orissa. The women are the main performers as they have to replicate the design of a temple. There are 50 plus mudras and uses a lot of expressions. The hand gestures here are also predominant. Costume is made from traditional weaved material of Orissa. Saris and dhotis are used by males and females. The crowns that females wear are from Jagannath Puri. The bun of females is adorned with gajras or garlands. Silver is used as a metal for jewelry and ghungroos are a part of it. The next one is the Mohiniyattam. Tracing the dance form's origin from the state of Kerala, it is an extremely soft, calm and very gentle dance. It is exclusively done by females as is a female dance form. It is dedicated to the female avatar of Lord Vishnu. The costume is a sari or a dhoti and is generally light cream or white iron shades. Bun is tied known as kuduma and heavy ornaments are used. Then the eighth form is Satriya. It is the latest entry to be classified as a classical dance of India in the year 2008 and Assam was recognized its state. Radha and Krishna are the main theme of the dance performers. It has a masculine and a feminine form. It is performed in cultural evening too. Men wear dhoti, a chadar and a turban. Female wears chadar, waist cloth known as kanchi, which is locally made in Assam. To represent demons, masks are also used at times. Local jewelry from Assam is used in this dance form. Dear students, let us now discuss about folk dances. These dances are a reflection of a people of a region or a whole country. Dances which are of ritualistic origin are religious dances or classical dances and are not considered folk dances. Ethnicity and traditionalism are two parameters of folk dances. These dances are the dance of the common people and reflect their day-to-day life. These are performed during social gatherings like marriage, birth ceremonies, etc. by local people who have no professional trainings. It is performed on the traditional music of the local area or the region. It may be performed on stage, but it is generally a public dance form. Traditions and rituals dominate the layout and there is minimal room for innovation. As people grow up, they imbibe the learning as no formal initiation or training is done. Folk dances may also have their categories. One of the first categories is a folkloric dance which has a metaphysical root. It is performed on the rites of the religion and has a ritualistic behavior. It reminds of the life that is no more existential in this time. Then there can be folky dance which traces its origin to agrarian societies. The purpose of the dance has been lost, but yet the dance form is kept intact in the modern times. Then in this categorization, the next could be the popular dance which is popular in the lower rungs of the social orders, maybe peasants. Then there may be an elite dance which had its origin in the courts and is a part of elite or upper classes of the society. Mass dances owe their origin to folk dances. Then there are art dances which have long lost their contact with folklores, yet they somehow have over a period of time acquired their own traditions. They are elitist in nature. Then there are traditional folk dances. These are the ones that are still evolving. Dear students, let us now take on the list of some of the folk dances in India. The list of Indian folk dances are mentioned here. Andhra Pradesh has two dances named Kuchipudi and Kotam. The Assam has three: Ojapalli, Bihu, Anikanath. In the state of Andhra Pradesh, there are Lion and Peacock dance, Chalo Popior, Bhardo Chham, Ajilamu. Whereas the state of Bihar has Jata, Jatin, Faguna or Fag, Purbi and Bideshia as dance forms. In Chhattisgarh, Patni and Indian Nach. The state of Gujarat had Dandiya Ras, Garbha Lasya Nirtya, Bhaivai, Garbha, Ras Leela and Tripan. The state of Goa has Fugdi, Dekhni, Taragemal and Dhalo. In the state of Haryana, in terms of dance forms, Swang, Khoria, Kugga dance, Loor, Sang and Dhama are there. Whereas in the state of Himachal Pradesh, Luddi dance, Munjra, Karyala, Kidda, Paryun and Hikat are there. The state of Jammu Kashmir has Rauf and Chakri as the dance forms. Jharkhand has Karma as its dance form. In the state of Karnataka, there are so many like Yagshankana, Bayalata, Shima Nitya, Dolu Kunita and Virgasi. The Kerala has Chakirothu, Kathakali, Mohiniyattam, Thalol, Chatira, Natakam, Ketu Kalal, Kodiyattam, Krishnavatam, Mudiyettu, Taparikal and Theyam. In Lakshadweep, the dance form is Lava. In the state of Madhya Pradesh, there are so many like Macha Lota, Pandavan, Tertali, Chakraula, Javara, Matki dance, Patliputra dance, Grida dance, Manch, Gaur Mera dance. In Mizoram, there is Chirau, that is the form of a bamboo dance form. In the Manipur, there is Thangta, Dhol Cholam and Manipuri dance. The Maharashtra, Tamasha, Dahikala, Lavani and Lenzim are the various dance forms. In Odisha, Odissi, Savari, Khumara, Paika, Chahu, Kotipua and Sambalpur are the dance forms. Puducherry has Garadi as its main dance form. In Punjab there is Bhangra, Kidha, Dhav, Dhaman, Malwai, Jhumar, Sammi, Dandas, Luddi and Jindua. In Rajasthan, Ghumar, Chakri, Gangaur, Julan, Leela, Jhuma, Sushini, Ghapal and Kalbia are the dance forms. In Sikkim, Singicham, Yakcham, Marauni and Richunga are the dance forms. Whereas in Tamil Nadu, Bharatanatyam, Kumi, Kolatam, Kavadi, Karagatam, Therukotu, Bomal Attam, Peliyaratam and Ovil Attam are the various dance forms. In Telangana, Firni, Thandavam, Dapu and Lambadi are the various dance forms. In Tripura, Hojagiri, Goria, Lebang, Bumani are the various dance forms. In Uttarakhand, Chicholia, Jagaras, Thalijada, Jhenta and Baradanath are the various dance forms. In Uttar Pradesh, Notanki, Rasila, Kajri, Chhora, Chapeli and Jaita are the various dance forms. Whereas in the state of West Bengal, Jatra, Chahu and Khati are the various dance forms. Dear students, let us now discuss about Indian music. India is a land of 5 rivers, but it is also a land of 7 notes or the Saptswars. Indian traditions have music imbibed and embedded in them. The variety amazes the listeners from melodious to classical. The music is as old as the Vedic tradition, as the Vedas describe the different kind of wind and strings instruments. The drums also have been discussed in the Vedas. The kings and their courts had an elaborative arrangement for music. Even the Mughal rulers who came from outside of India and made India their home patronized the music and the musician in their courts. Tansen is still known as one of the 9 gems of Akbar's court. The music can be demarcated into 2 neat parts of the classical side of music and the folk side of music. The classical can be further subdivided into the North Indian or the Hindustani music and the other being the Carnatic or the South Indian music. This division came out in the 16th century and this can be applicable to both the vocal and the instrumental music. A third subdivision is getting in shape, which is the modern or the popular or the film music. Let us discuss the classical music first. The classical music is bifurcated into 2 neat parts. The Carnatic music predominantly dominant in the peninsular region and the other is the Hindustani music more prominently dominant in the northern, eastern and the central regions. This will include the concept of Shruti, Swar, Alankar, Raga and Tala. Hindustani music. Hindustani music was originated from the Carnatic music and took birth in the 13th and the 14th century. The Vedas helped it to develop when they have taken the hymns form and they were sung and chanting was not done. It is known as Hindustani as it is a combination of Vedic, ancient Indian traditions and the influence of the Persian practices of the Mughals. Let us now take on the Carnatic music. The Carnatic music has been around since 14th and the 15th century. It traces its origin to the South India. It is very close to the Hindustani music and have fixed compositions and is very soulful. The main area of concentration is the vocal part and mainly sung but performed on instruments too. In terms of ragas or notes, it is very rich and has 7 million plus ragas, out of which 300 are most popular. Let us now discuss about folk music. Folk music is celebration music largely performed on weddings, festivals, birth ceremonies, initiation ceremonies, etc. Each state, like its folk dance, has its unique folk music too. Some more known names are Baul, which is a form of Bengal region of India and extends to the neighboring Bangladesh. It is a result of Bhakti movement influenced by the Kabir and other Bhakti cult propagators. It followed an oral tradition and is highly emotive and is not penned down. It could be played upon iktara, dhotara, duggi, dhol, manjira, etc. Bhajan is also a form of folk music. It will have a religious or spiritual idea embedded in it with regional flavors. There is no fixed format. It has lyrics and based on different ragas generally contain life incidents of gods and saints. It is also a result of bhakti movements. It has its modifications like in Vaishnavism, Shivism, Jainism and Shabd Kirtan in Sikhism. Then there is Odissi. It is originated from the Indian state of Orissa, which has southeastern location. Orda Magadhi exists in the form of Odissi. It is a base for the Odissi dance and performance is done on the music. Rabindra Sangeet. These are songs composed by Tagore and are 230 in number. These have Bengal base and is widely used in folk music of Bengal. Then there is Thumri. It is semi-classical in form. It is a mix of dance, drama, gestures, eroticism, evocative and is popular in Uttar Pradesh with variants spreading to the neighboring states. Besides these, Dadra, Ghazal, Qawwali, Cheti, Kajri and Sufi are few to name more. Let us discuss about modern music. The postmodern or the advent of 20th century witnessed a massive change in the music scenario. The language and the rhythms all become very modern. The modernity in terms of compositions crept in. Many foreign new instruments were introduced too. Modern cinema gave support to the music and in this multiple musicians were employed. It became a period of playback singers who used their voices for on-screen actors and performers. It captured the fantasy of the youth as they made it a fashion and a fad. The results of these are live concerts where like-minded people get together and witness their favorite musicians and singers performing, often to dance performances of their favorite actors too. Let us now discuss about ballet and Indian dances. The current genre may recognize classical dance forms but seem to be almost unaware of the folk dances. Chichi, Jhumar, Jogira, Natua Nach are aligned words to the young generation's dictionary. India has treatise when it comes to different classical and folk dance forms and the ballet can easily be based on a mix of them. The differences that one can trace between the West and the East form of ballet is the timings. The Western ballets have their base in the present whereas the Eastern value systems will live across the periods of time, present, past and future. This is much reflected in our performances. Mythology, theology, religion, spiritualism are inseparable part of our ballets. These concepts takes us back to our roots which will connect us and are relevant in all the times to come. The ballet has to start with the theme which is turned into characters. The costumes, effects, lights and props on the stage. Mix of light and sound is also needed. A good brainstorming session is needed with the performers and the director. Choreography, practice sessions, full dress rehearsals are activities that are often repeated to take it to a level of perfection. Dear students, let us now summarize what we have discussed in this present module. Thus we see India has a rich culture and music and dance is intervened in it. The religion and spiritual India is deeply connected to the dance and music forms and their survival over a period of years are an ample proof that still there are patrons who want to keep the traditions alive. There are government and private organizations that are working hard to keep up their popularity. The various researches conducted and the attempts to popularize them both within and outside India will help to keep these traditions alive and we will be able to pass them to our next generation. With these words, I sum up this module. Thank you.